Alright, what's going on YouTube? We're back with some more Baldur's Gate 3 mod videos. This time we're taking a look at a subclass for the Monk. I believe this is also from World of Warcraft, but don't quote me on that as I'm not as well versed in that. But this is called Way of the Mistweaver. This is a modified support class that does a good amount of healing over time, burst healing, while still able to put out some damage as they are the Monk subclass. So this is going to be starting off at level 3. The first subclass feature you get is called Renewing Mist. The number of creatures you can target with your Renewing Mist increases with your Wisdom modifier. Moreover, whenever you spend key points, each creature with Renewing Mist recovers hit points equal to your Wisdom modifier. So, for this, you really want to focus on Wisdom as one of your main stats. Obviously, Dexterity just for finesse weapons and things like that, or for unarmed unarmed attacks. But yeah, Dexterity and Wisdom are going to be two you want to focus on. One of the first actions that you get is going to be Teachings of the Monastery. This is a healing spell that takes 1 bonus action and 1 point of ki. Channel ki within you, healing the injured with your mystical touch. Essentially, this is just a heal touch spell. Does 6 to 12 points of healing. They believe this increases in level as you increase. The second action that you get is called Renewing Mist. This is what we talked about earlier with the subclass. Envelop nearby creatures in a healing mist that persists around each target for a number of rounds equal to your Wisdom modifier. At the start of each affected creature's turn, they regain 1 to 4 hit points. So you see it takes a Renewing Mist charge, which is a new resource that you have to use, as well as a bonus action. So this is kind of in turn with the Renewing Mist modifier here. So right now our Wisdom modifier, we have a +2, right? So then that means we get 2 turns of healing over time, and that will increase as your Wisdom modifier increases. So again, this is going to be one of those classes that's going to be really good on support. You can still do some damage, but sustain is going to be your main goal while playing as the Mistweaver. At level 6, we get another subclass feature. This is called Restorative Ki. You've learned to use your ki to expel harmful effects and breathe life back into those around you. You may cast Lesser Restoration spell with improved range as well as Revivify using ki points. Whenever you cast a spell this way, the target of the spell receives the benefits of your Renewing Mist feature without expending a use of it. So, that means whenever you do use Lesser Restoration or Revivify, you also cast Reviving Mist on them, meaning that they'll get that healing over time for the number of turns of your Wisdom modifier. So, it's actually really cool because you can cure someone of poison and actually restore their health using Revivifying Mist, so you don't have to actually cast a healing spell on them as well. Same thing with Revivify. So again, this is like a really good support secondary healer, and that's kind of what I like about the Mistweaver Monk. I think it's a pretty cool concept of giving that support healing with a mainly DPS class. So skipping all the way up to level 11, we get 2 new subclass features. The first one is going to be Jade Cocoon. Your outgoing health is maximized when you heal a creature encased in your Jade Cocoon. Now, what exactly is Jade Cocoon? We'll figure that out in a second. We have Improved Restorative Ki. You may cast the Greater Restoration spell using ki points, which gives you access to Greater Restoration, which allows you to negate any Charm, Petrification, or Stun effects, as well as also give that Revivifying Mist. Now, down below, we have our new action here called Jade Cocoon. When a friendly creature is about to take damage, you may spend up to 5 ki points to encase the target in a protective cocoon of mist, granting them temporary hit points equal to your roll of your martial arts die per ki point spent. So that means the higher ki points that you use and the higher your martial arts points are, the more temporary hit points that they will have. This will actually help negate some of the damage and wrap them up in that cocoon. And that also goes into our Jade Cocoon here, which maximizes the potential healing of any creature that's in the cocoon. So for example, if I wrap one of my allies up, now my base healing, if I use cast heal or something with Shadowheart, instead of doing a estimated healing of 12 to 20, it will automatically do 20 healing, maximizing that amount of healing. So again, this is good to cast on someone that's potentially going to be on the front lines, and you want to help make sure that they top up on the health as they go forth in battle. So again, pretty cool support class. From the testing I've done so far, it's actually really useful. So skipping all the way up to level 17, you can stop this class at level 12, but you get a few more additional abilities past level 12 at level 17. I'm going to butcher this. Invoke Yulong, the Jade Serpent. Invoke the teachings of Yulong, the Jade Serpent, healing all nearby allies for an amount equal to a roll of your martial arts die per ki point spent. So the higher your ki points, the more healing that you do. This is essentially like a flame breath spell, but instead of doing damage, you do healing of all those within that cone. So we'll try and showcase some of these before we get into the actual combat scenario, but I did want to notate that this class does go up to level 20 if you so choose. In terms of gear, it's going to be pretty interesting for the subclass because you're not necessarily dealing more so damage. You still want to have key point allegation, but you might want to have something that boosts your wisdom. One item that might be useful in the early game is the I think it's called Rapira's Crown, I think is how you pronounce it, and this gives you an additional 1 to 6 hit points whenever you heal someone else, as you're obviously going to be either a main healer or a sub-healer. Having that in the early game would be nice, but again, just for the Trials of Tav mod, I'm going to be using the face distribution pack, the Monk variant of it, which is going to come with the Mask of the Mind Barrier, the Drape of the Stone Guardian, Vestment of the Ascended Fist, Gloves of the Iron Fist, Boots of the Charging Tiger, Pearl of the Coral Throne, Ring of the Ashen Fist, Ring of the Weaving Hummingbird, Staff of Striking, and then Steady Strider, or Striker, sorry. And again, you can mix and match these. You can go with something that maybe gives you a little bit more wisdom, a little bit more push to wisdom, to have that maybe like exceed over 22. I'm sorry, over 20, just because wisdom and dexterity are going to be your main modifiers. You're not really going to have to worry about strength as much, so you can even dump strength into something else, like a little bit more constitution if you wish, because again, you're not necessarily going into this as a damage dealer. You're going to go into this as like a sub-healer. You still can do things such as the Stunning Strike, Fury of Blows, which still does a lot of damage for one key point and one bonus action. Do between 14 and 50 bludgeoning damage as a bonus action is very, very strong. So if you want, you can still multi-class this into Rogue to get 2 bonus actions, so you can still have like another additional Fury of Blows or like unarmed hit attack whenever. But I think overall this class is not really meant to do damage, it's meant to support and heal, while it still can be capable on its own. And hopefully you guys enjoy the combat scenario. I know I've been trying to do a little bit more of the support classes, as well as some of the damage dealers. I try and do a little bit of balance whenever I do these mod showcases. Some are extremely powerful, some are very versatile, some are just, you know, pretty standard as touches on the regular classes. So hopefully you guys enjoy the videos in a variety. This is going to be the combat scenario. As always, we're doing Trials of Tav. I just find it's the most easiest to do rather than go to Act 3 and find a random battle. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.
I wonder if this is worth the cost. Blood follows me everywhere.
Something's wrong. I feel weak. Drained.
Breathe deep and move. Here we go again.
This is your end.
the wrong fight, friend. Stay idle.
Make way!
I won't give in. Good idea. I think Tim. peacekeepers. Never a dull moment. Another fight. Let's go.
Victory awaits.
Can't even catch my breath.
Another fight. Let's go.
Blood comes easy these days.